Unmute everybody, unmute so that I could hear you. Okay, so we say again that percentage is actually a fraction, and fraction is also a percentage, and a percentage can be converted into decimal, so vice versa. Now let's have on the screen, you would see, this is just a review last time, you would see what is 15% or what is 15 of 100%. So your answer would be, you can write it as a fraction 15 over, you can write it as 15 over 100, and then you're just, who is that? You are, okay. So there, and then, so how do we actually write it? It's very easy when you are going to convert, when you are converting the percentage into, when you are converting the percentage into fraction and fraction to percentage. So this time we say that the 15 out of 100 can be written as fraction there. Now, how do we do that? So that is 15, you can divide actually 15 out of 100. So you will get 0.00. So that is 100 there. Now you can actually just have, you will need to add 0 and then point. Now, so you will add 150 divided by 100. So you get 1, right? And then 100 and then 50. Who is that? So next, we have your 33 out of 100. So it's just simply written this way as a fraction again. And remember that, unmute. Everybody unmute. I cannot hear you. Kids, unmute. There, thank you. Unmute. That's okay, we'll do this quick. Unmute, unmute. Who else are not unmute? Unmute. Everybody unmute. Okay, now here. So we say that your 33 out of 100 can be written as a fraction 33 100ths there. Now there is the quickest way. If it asks for 100, you can just simply, so imagine this is your 33 there, 33. The writing is not good. What you have to do is to get the this one, to write the percentage in very quickly or readily. You're just going to do count. Imagine there is a point there, decimal point, then you move 1, okay, 2. So that is 2. Then you are just going to add 0 to make that a decimal point. So vice versa, if that is a decimal point there, if that is a decimal point, that is the decimal point, 0.33, you are just going to start from the point, decimal point. Now you're going to move the places, 2 places from the decimal point to the right. That is 1, 2. So there's your point there, and then you are just going to add the percent symbol. Do you understand? Everybody? think no one is listening. So you can write it in your notes book if you want. Do you have any question? Are you writing? Thumbs up if you're writing so that I know if I don't have to move to the next slide. Is everybody writing? Oh, kids. Unmute. You have to unmute so that you can put a thumbs up if you are finished or if you are writing, so I know. Kids, unmute, please unmute. Unmute. I want you to unmute. Big.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Unmute.
Okay.
Unmute, please, so that we could answer the questions. I mean, I know whether you have any question or no problem. So please unmute. Teacher Debbie ao mi siyang. Okay. May ao may mi siyang. Now let's move on. So that's how. So that is how you're going to write your percentage. So that's how simply you write your percentage. Now, let's go to your homework. So last time, I think I gave you a homework. Did I give you a homework? Ami, who else are there? Everybody, did you do your homework?
Yes.
Okay, so what was your answer for number 1? Let's answer together. You can write your answer. You can go to annotation. You see this annotation? Listen, kids, listen. You see the annotation there, the annotation, this one where my arrow points. You can use that to write. So just press that, and then you can, if you press that, you can just write, okay, that's good. 7%. So your answer would be 7% there. Now, what about 15? Okay, 55, 15, 4, 87. And what about the 115? That is, what is your answer for 115? Okay, so actually, when you're going to do it, you're going to do that, you actually end up with having a 1.15. So that is in decimal, okay, 1.15. But here you're just going to write it this way. Now let's move on. So correct, everybody got the correct answer. Now let's move on to the next slide. So there you go. Okay. So that is the equivalent fraction which we studied or learned last time. So I know you already know it. So you're just going to multiply it. Now this time, there. Let's remove all the writings. Okay. So on this case, we have the fraction into percentage. So how do we do that? So if we have 2/5, so if we have 2/5, where are they? Okay. I'll have to admit your classmates first. Wait, who is that? Is that a cat or a baby? Okay, now here. So 2/5, how do we get, or how do we change or convert the fraction into percentage if our fraction is 2. So you have to think. Oh, new classmate is coming. Okay, you have to think of a number to which your 2 can be multiplied, and as well as the denominator 5 to which you can multiply so that you can get a 100% denominator. So in other words, think of the factors of 100 and the factors of 5 and 2 and 40 so that you will end up getting 100 and your answer would be 40%. So simply by multiplying 2 and 20, you get 40, and 5 times 20, you get a 100. So again, so you are just going to, if that is 40, then if that is 40 here, if that is 40, you're just going to move. Imagine there is a decimal point here. You're just going to move 1, 2, and 3, and then you just put the percentage there. Okay, Mai? Now, are you writing? Hello, kids. Are you writing? Are you writing? And
Yes.
Noramon, are you writing? Big?
Yes.
Okay. So you can write it or you can take a picture. But when we go back to school, we'll just simply play the slides again and then go over every lesson we had on Zoom. So that means there is also another way of finding your percentage. So that is, you can just divide the numerator 2 into 500. So of course you're going to add 0 because 2, if you say 2 divided by 5, you cannot be, so you put 0 there and then the decimal point. Now you're going to divide 20 divided by 5, so you get 4, and then 4 times 5 you get 20, so 0. So your answer is 0.4, or simply, so since your answer is 0, so let's do this one. Since your answer is 0, there, 0, wait, that's very cute. Since your answer is 0, 4, you're just going to move the places 1 and 2. Now you add the 0 and you put the percent symbol and erase your 0 there. Erase your 0. So you get a 40%. That's as simple as that. That's how you do it. Are you ready now for the next one? Hello, kids. Now let's move on to the...
Hello.
Yes. Are you writing? Who is writing? Tell me if you're writing.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me when you're finished. Okay, so this time, let's Go to the next one. Finish big. Okay, here. So we have another example on the screen. You have this time, this should be 0. Sorry, this should be 20. Wait, what happened? So this should be 20. I'm sorry
Yes.
about. Yes, okay, very good. So I think we did this last time. So we did this last time there. So you are simply again going to think of the factors of your 7 and 20. So 7 times 5 is 35, because vice versa, if you divide 35 by 7, you get 5, and same way. Now 20, you have to think of the factors of 20 to be able to get 100. So that would be 5. Now you already have 35, 1 over 100. Now again, as simply as we said, you're just going to so simply you're just going to move your decimal places here. If that was 35 there, 35, right? Now actually you have there. Now you're just going to move your decimal places there and add the percentage, percent symbol, and erase the 0. There you get a 35%, just as simple as that. Okay, Mai? Who is dancing? Okay, so do you have any question? Hello kids, any question? Now let's try this one. This was your homework, right? Who is that? Noctanicha. Did you do your homework? I think this was your homework, right? Nobody is answering me. Unmute, please, unmute. Unmute. Everybody unmute. Unmute. I keep saying unmute. Please, everybody unmute. I cannot hear you.
Unmute.
Unmute. Unmute. I think only
Yes.
big is not unmute.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Now, did you do your homework? Did you do your homework?
Homework big finance.
Pami, did you do or not?
Yes.
Okay, what is the answer in number 1? We have to convert. You are to convert the fraction 12/25 into percentage. How do you do that? So you can write your answer on the screen. Who can answer? Who can answer?
48, teacher. 48%.
So you can write your answer. Just write your answer. Don't worry. Okay, what about here? 48 over what? Okay, yes, we'll see. Number 2, who can answer number 2? Big, can you answer number 2? Big.
Yes.
Oh, what is your answer in number 2? Okay, number 3, who can answer number 3? 3. Can answer number 3.
36.
Huh?
36.
36. We'll see. So is everybody get the
36.
correct answer? Okay, let's see. So there. Okay, so that is your So that's the answer.